Bono from U2. I love this card. This is a PSA 8, so that's a pretty nice one there. That's a PSA 8. In fact, let me take a peek at this real quick. Let me take a peek at this. This card is a Pop 1 with none higher. If you take a look at that, let me see if you can even see that. It's a population 1 with none higher. This is the only 8, and there are no 9s and 10s of this particular card. So that is a very nice card right there. That's worth the whole submission to me right there. Getting some nice solid cards like that.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
That's the Saturday side.
All right, here we go. I've got a submission reveal from PSA. This is a 20 card submission. And just to let you know where I'm at on this, I am going to be getting a lot of submissions back of my music cards. And these are just the start of them right here. This was sent in prior to me really being totally committed to sending in as many as I did. But currently my plan is finishing up with right around 500 of my music cards being sent to PSA for grading. PSA Professional Sports Authenticators, but they're a great grading company. So I've sent in about 500 of these. I should be getting them back over the next few months. They just started coming in just now. These are part of the ones that I just trickled out in the beginning. I didn't send anything really hugely valuable just yet by this point here. I was just kind of testing the waters. So we'll go through these and I will show you what we've got here. We might even look a couple of these up on the POP report, the population report through PSA, to see where it stands as far as how many other cards are graded that high. And not that that's real important, but it is in collecting to me. If on the grading end of this, there's the non-grading end, the raw cards, and then there's the grading end of this too. I'm very interested in the grading end because I decided that I wanted to get a good portion of my collection graded. So I do want to know where they stand. It's important to me. So I'll tell you what we start with here. And let me just put these right here. First card is a 1984 Ediciones Ader Pat Benatar Super Musical. I think it's a Spanish card. Ediciones, that's probably editions. It turned out to be a PSA 7. Pretty sweet grade there. Hold on, let me do this without glare. Yeah, there we go. A PSA 7. Really nice card. Big Pat Benatar fan here. I saw her in concert in, 2019 in Detroit, and it was a really great concert. But I always been a big fan. So this is a great card of her. It's a PSA 7. I told you I'm not going to look up all these, but I do want to look up a few of them. Let's see what we've got here in her. Just give it a second here. And this is a Pop 2 with one higher. So there's 2 7s out there, and there's one higher. Could be an 8, could be a 9. And that's what that one is right there. So that's a 7. That's a real good card. From the same set, here's Queen. And this is also a 7 of the 1984 Super Musical set. That's Queen. Okay. Let's see. Let's go with the 1980 Panini Rock and Pop collection. This is a Debbie Harry. It's only a PSA 5. Not a great grade, but I'm, like I said, I was kind of trickling them out a little skittishly in the beginning here until I really started committing and sending some nice cards in. So this one right here is a PSA 5. Still a respectable card. That's Debbie Harry, 1980. A couple of 1995 Kurt Cobain cards, the top half and the bottom half. cards number 95 and 96 of the 1995 Smash Hits set. The bottom half didn't do too well on this one, but I'll be sending quite a few of these in. The bottom half only got a 4, and the top half did real well, though, and got an 8. So I'll pair that top half with a different bottom half one day, and I'll have a nice part to my collection there. Whitney Houston found out something in sending out this card right here. That's PSA 6, that they have to be perfect or don't grade them. In order to get these things at a 10, I imagine it's going to be very difficult. So this is a PSA 6. It's a really nice card. The corners are great. The edges are great. Everything about it. I don't know what they're looking for in this to make this one a 6, but that is only a 6 to them right there. So that's a challenge. Now, that comes out of the UK set. That's Pro Set. That's out of the UK set from 1991. Not like the American version, to where there's very little in there of value. You can get those boxes for about 10 or 15 bucks, I think, the American ones. But the UK boxes have Whitney in there, they have Prince in there, they have some other cards that just aren't in the American box. Here's the other Whitney that comes in the set. There's actually 2. This is only a 9 right there on that one. Okay. And then these cards, I think the rest of these, let me just take a peek here real quick. I'll go through these. These are all, yeah, these are all from the same set. 1988 Fans, F-A-N-Z, Rock Pop Stars, and these are stickers. And they are from 1988. So I'll go through these. I think I did pretty well on these. This is Queen. That's a PSA 8 right there. And I'll let you read the label of what that is. It's 1988 Fans. And that is that's the Queen card. Here's a Michael Jackson I sent in. That Michael turned out to be a PSA 6. Great looking card. Here's a different Michael Jackson. This one turned out to be a PSA 7. Bon Jovi. A solid Bon Jovi card. This one's a PSA 6. Bono from U2. I love this card. This is a PSA 8, so that's a pretty nice one there. That's a PSA 8. In fact, let me take a peek at this real quick. Let me take a peek at this. U2. This card is a Pop 1 with none higher. If you take a look at that, let me see if you can even see that. It's a population 1 with none higher. This is the only 8, and there are no 9s and 10s of this particular card. So that is a very nice card right there. That's worth the whole submission to me right there. Getting some nice solid cards like that, that's worth it to me there. Debbie Harry from the set, PSA 6. The Beatles, a PSA 5. But there are no Beatles throwaways, so I'm going to send it in, get it graded. The Boss, PSA 7, Bruce Springsteen. Here, there we go. Get my face out of there. And that is a 7. Now, let's see how that one fares right there. Let's see. This is a Pop 1 with 2 higher. So there's 2 higher than a 7. This is the only 7, but there are 2 higher than that right there. That was the Boss. Here's another Queen. I must have done a couple of these. PSA 8 on Queen. Up. PSA 8 on Queen. Take a peek at the population report, and this is a Pop 4. Population on this card is 4 with none higher. So there are 4 8s out there. There's no 9s or 10s. George Michael, PSA 7. A different George Michael, PSA 7. And yet a different George Michael. This is a PSA 8. And we will check George here to see what he's got going on as far as his population. This is a Pop 1 with 1 higher. So there is a 9 out there. And yeah, so that's George Michael. Pop 1 with 1 higher. And we also have Boy George. This is a PSA 8. And Boy George on the PSA 8. Boy George is a Pop 1 with none higher. So that is the highest graded PSA Boy George of that card right there. So we had a couple of Pop 1s in here, a couple of Pop 1s with 1 higher. So not a bad submission at all. I'm very excited, like I said, to get the rest of my cards back over time, because I know there's going to be some real doozies in there, some real great cards. So that's what we've got so far, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back with a lot more of these. I want to thank you for stopping by today. I hope you enjoy all the videos as they are posted. If you think you may want to learn more about music cards, and if you're looking forward to more videos, hit the button and subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to take a peek at some of my personal collection online, you can find it on my website at www.cardboardportfolio.com. And if you're excited about being part or becoming part of this community, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to see what you have to say. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.